Good enough. What video should I do today? What video should I do today? I know. I'll make a tips and tricks video about a game that came out 2 years ago. 2018? 3 years ago. No one's ever gonna buy again. And no one's gonna watch this video. So yeah, here are my tips and tricks video for the 3rd worst Assassin's Creed game in history. I hope you enjoy. Okay, now before we even jump into the tips and tricks in this video, my number 1 tip to everyone would be to simply take your time with this game. This is not one of those games where you have to rush through and, get everything done as quickly as possible. I mean, you can definitely do that, but in that case, trust me, you will not enjoy this game. This game is meant to be taken slow and enjoy all the vistas, take in the world, and basically, just enjoy the journey. I know it's tacky, but it is all about the journey. Alrighty then, let's start this tips and tricks video with the torches. You get an infinite amount of torches in this game that you can use for more things other than just to light up a room. And also, did I say that you get an infinite amount of torches? Because I actually meant that. It's an actual infinite amount of torches. You will never run out, and it costs nothing to just equip a new torch and throw it. So let me show you some useful ways you can use your torch.
24.
One really fun and useful way you can use your torch is by throwing it in order to distract guards. Sometimes guards will be further away than your whistling range. One of the best ways to bring them closer to you is simply throwing a torch. And then, when they least expect it...
23.
Next tip. Did you guys know that if you throw your torch to shielded guards, you can actually burn them through it? That's a really useful way to deal with them. Did you know that you can do more with your bow than simply shoot people right into their head?
20 κατά.
For example, you can use your bow to distract enemies. As with the torches, just shoot close to them, and while they're distracted, you can move past them and infiltrate a place where normally you wouldn't be able to.
Αρχίδια.
Did you know that if you move with your bow close to a fire, your arrows will actually become fire arrows? Also, if you shoot through a fire, the same thing will happen, and your arrows will do extra fire damage.
20.
Another cool interaction happens if you fire your poison arrows into a fire source. What ends up happening is your poison arrows take the properties of explosion arrows and end up doing area of effect fire damage. In case there is not an available fire source like a campfire close to you, you can use your own torches to replicate that effect.
Βρόθος.
Multishot is one of the most fun and useful skills in this game. Here's a really fun way to use it. Simply sneak yourself really close to an enemy who has no idea you are there. Preferably, do it while you're in bushes so you can do this. Use your skill and then go as close as possible and feed him those arrows. I call this skill the shotgun.
This is my boomstick!
Κουράδα.
Another interesting and kinda weird interaction actually is that you can kill sharks from above the water level with your bow. And I mean, even while you're swimming. That's not the way we fish in Greece, but okay game. Okay.
10 κατά.
Now, here's a really important tip that I really wish I knew for the first, I don't know, like 40 hours of the game. If you call your horse and you just keep walking straight, you will end up auto-mounting it. I really wish I knew this before, because what I ended up doing was, yeah, this thing. Come here, you. God damn it, come here, you. So, yeah, you guys are welcome.
16.
Okay, now pay attention, because this is one of the most important tips I have for you guys. When you ride your horse Phobos into a city, what ends up happening is Phobos will actually slow down. And this already is a huge, and I mean huge map to traverse. But thankfully, there's a way to retain your speed. All you have to do is open the map, pick a random point inside the city, and then simply have Phobos follow the road. And at the same time, use Eagle mode and enjoy the view from above. If you do this, then your horse will not slow down while going into cities.
Κοπρίτη.
While you're off-road with your horse, it would be a smart idea to get into the habit of spamming interact. That way, you're going to collect way more resources than normally, because a lot of the resources are actually hidden behind bushes or inside trees, or are just difficult to see.
Πόρνη.
If you stay idle long enough, Icaros will land on you. And by pressing the interact button, what ends up happening is you pet him. Who's a good boy?
Μητσοτάκη.
If you press right and left in quick succession, Icaros does a roll.
Γαμιέσαι.
Talking about Icaros, did you know that Icaros is secretly OP? His skill Harass, yes, just go with it, his skill Harass scales up with 100 damage. So basically you can end up harassing people to death.
Σαβούρα.
If you change your sailors into a full female crew, then all the shanties will be sung by women voice actors. This is a really cool attention to detail by the game developers.
Μπουρέκα.
Did you know that you can attack docked ships in order to finish objectives? This is a really useful tip, especially early on in the game when you don't have the resources or the money to upgrade your ship.
Κλανιά.
A really smart thing to do is go to docks and call your ship there if you are doing quests and objectives near the ship. By doing that, you will have an extra fast travel location really close to you, and that way you will save up a lot of time traveling between different places.
Σκατό.
During combat, if you are overwhelmed by the number of enemies around you, you can use screenshot mode to better assess the situation around you. I find this extremely useful, especially in naval combat situations, where things can get more than a little chaotic.
Ευκία.
If you are experiencing trouble infiltrating a fort, then it's a really smart idea to use the game mechanic that turns day into night. Guards not only are less aware in the nighttime than in daytime, but you will also find many of them literally sleeping.
Πασόκ.
If you end up catching fire, do what you would do in real life, which is stop, drop, and roll.
Την Παναγία σου.
Spartan Kick is an amazing skill, not only because you can kill enemies with a simple attack. All you have to do is lure them into a cliff, and then just this is Sparta them off the cliff. But also because it's one of the fastest, if not the faster, way to deal with naval combat after you board the ship. All you have to do is, this is Sparta each and every one of them, because as it turns out, people in ancient Greece didn't know how to swim.
Τέσσερακτ.
The third heavy attack hit from your combo chain has a knockback effect. Use that to push enemies into places they would rather not be. Also, after you counter an attack, your next heavy attack will be the third hit from your combo chain. Use that by placing yourself appropriately to knock back enemies into dangerous zones.
Κόλος.
Do not waste your time looting every little thing you find in the world. is just loot the weapon racks, corpses, and chests you'll find around the world. Because honestly, the gold you're gonna make from selling items is way more than anything you're gonna make by simply looting vases around the world. Always check the message boards for contracts. You don't need to do this actively, you can just play the game and you will passively finish most of them, giving you a good boost in gold and XP. Also don't forget to check the message board in your ship.
Ο Τζίτζιρας ο Μίτζιρας ο Τζιτζιμιτζιχότζιρας ανέβηκε στη Τζιτζιριά στη Μιτζιριά στη Τζιτζιμιτζιχότζιριά να κόψει Τζίτζιρα Μίτζιρα Τζιτζιμιτζιχότζιρα.
My number one tip is to actually remember to enjoy the game. A lot of people I see just rush through it and they're just trying to do one task after the other, one quest after the other, and they don't take a time to breathe and see what Ubisoft has made for them. A lot of love has gone into this game and it shows. The attention to detail is actually amazing, and it's a shame for people to miss that because they're rushing through the entire thing. This is an Odyssey, so take your time, take it slow, and enjoy the game at your own pace.